If your goal is to become more attractive, why is every single guy in the gym and in the fitness space chasing more mass? You see, this is something that I've been asking myself over the last year in my journey of getting lean. And I'm only asking this because I spent my first 7 years of training doing exactly that, trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And now what I've realized is that the fitness industry is in this state where they believe that if you just get bigger, if you just put on more mass, you'll be where you want to be. And it has a significant effect on body fat percentage and what guys actually want versus what they end up having when it comes to their physique and their appearance. You see, I'm under the impression that for 90% of men, if they were to achieve the body fat percentage of between 9% and 12%, they will have the exact thing that they are looking for. And that is basically physical attractiveness. They will get that way quicker than if they were to chase having 5 to 10 kilograms of muscle. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly why that is. Why it is that you should be striving for aesthetic, lean, and athletic, if you will, versus becoming a mass monster like Sam Sulek. So the first point is that most men severely overestimate how much muscle they need in order to have a physique that looks attractive. Now, 99% of guys are under the impression that they are too skinny. What's actually the case is that they are too fat. They've got all this layer of blub that is hiding what could be a very, very good physique. And I was under this spell as well. If you look at the photo above, you can see that I am probably around 25 to 26% body fat. I had what looks like a decent amount of muscle. Compare me now having lost 20 kilograms of fat. And yes, it's fat, it's actually not muscle. I didn't lose muscle, I lost fat. Compare my physique. I look way more muscular. And the reason for this is you finally unveil the physique that's hidden below the fat. It's like, imagine a statue covered in cloth and you just pull off that cloth and you finally get to see the true masterpiece that you've been building for years and years in the gym. And again, this is to address the fact that most guys just believe they don't have enough muscle mass. I weigh 73 kilograms. I would literally fall into the category of victim weight, as much as I hate that term, and you should too. Because when I was 96 kilograms, I thought, if only I could just get bigger, if only I could put on more mass, I will look better. If I just put on more mass, the only thing that would have happened is I would have gained a lot more fat, because gaining muscle versus gaining fat, one is far easier to do and one is far more likely when you're constantly in a surplus of food. So the truth is, you don't need more muscle mass. You just need to unveil that muscle by losing the fat. And when you finally shed that fat, your physique isn't the only thing that is, to gain. It's going to be your entire appearance. I'm talking about your hair, your skin, your jawline, yes, your abs, but there's other areas of your physique and life that will improve when you get leaner. Your face is one of the major things that will change along with your physique when you lose a bunch of fat. I've never been complimented for my facial structure or my cheekbones or my jawlines until I lost 20 kilograms of fat. I have people come up to me and go, "Man, you've got really good cheekbones," or "You've got a really strong jawline." This never happened when I was 25, maybe even higher percent body fat. And the other thing that I noticed as someone who has narrow clavicles is I finally had that V taper physique. I finally had something that looked like I had wider shoulders and a narrower waist because, I unveiled the fat from my waist and it created that V look, which we know, or you should know, that the 2-to-1 ratio when you have shoulders that are twice as wide as your waist is literally genetically more aesthetic. It really is. And when I said that getting lean will transform your entire appearance, I really meant it, because even down to the clothes you wear will literally change so much. I mean, I had to literally get rid of my whole wardrobe when I went from a 36 waist to a 30 waist, and when I went from large t-shirts to medium, sometimes even small t-shirts. I'd never ever been complimented on my fashion, ever. And I was someone who actually cared about what I wore. I would dress nice until I started being lean. And I'm gonna put a few photos up of me wearing certain outfits that are very, very simple, but the physique makes me look fantastic. And it's so true when someone says that the best piece of fashion advice you can be given is to get in the best shape possible. Your fashion game will change if you just get lean. Now, I haven't even defined what lean really means, but I'm going to in this part of the video, and I'm gonna say it's between the 10 to 12% body fat range. Now, if you can sustain it, maybe you can go for 8%, but for the overwhelming majority of people, it's going to be the 10 to 12% range. Now, the reason I say that it shouldn't be any lower is because the returns you get from being, single digit body fat just aren't worth it. It's very diminishing returns. You start to experience low libido, you start to experience low energy, your lifts maybe start to suffer. But when you're in the 10 to 12% range, you still have a great libido, which of course is fucking amazing for when you're doing, Bible studies with girls, but also your energy is gonna be fantastic. You're still gonna be able to eat, regular amounts of food without having to constantly be concerned about how many calories you're intaking. Your hormones, your testosterone are all going to be in the right ranges, and just your all-round quality of life is going to be better. Plus, you're still going to have the sort of physique that is, very, very lean. I mean, 10 to 12% is probably where I'm at now, and you can see I'm pretty damn vascular. And I've got visible abs in even when sitting down. Now, you might think, oh, leaner is better, leaner is better. If you can sustain in a healthy way a leaner physique, yes, go for it. But for the overwhelming majority of people, it is going to be 10 to 12%. If you're lucky and your ab insertions are just really good, then you can potentially be up to like 15%. But I unfortunately don't fall into that category. On top of all of that, 99% of people can't tell the difference between even 7% and 10% body fat. So what's the point in putting all that work and effort in where you literally cannot go a single second off plan? You can't enjoy, meals with your girlfriend or meal in a date or, anything off plan. What's the point in doing that if you're not going to be able to reap the rewards of real life? Now, for the guys that aren't yet convinced that having a lean aesthetic physique is better than being a mass monster, the truth is you're probably just letting your ego dictate what it is you want. The goal isn't to be the biggest guy in the gym and the strongest guy in the gym and dominate the 1 hour of the day that you're actually in the gym. The goal is to dominate the other 23 hours and be filled with confidence and feel amazing. It's not to dominate that 1 hour. It's pointless. I've literally been in the position where I'm shoulder pressing 50 kilograms and benching 140 kilos and no one cared. Only other guys cared. But when I got lean and when I got a truly aesthetic physique, yeah, I did have to sacrifice a bit of strength. And yes, my ego in the gym was hit, but I'm not saying this to be sort of narcissistic, but my ego outside of the gym literally skyrocketed. And that's only because I was super nervous and shy and not really wanting to show off my physique when I was out in public. But now I'm in a position where I can literally put on a t-shirt and without trying, my physique is on show, because people can see a lean physique and people will reward you in reality way more when you have a lean aesthetic physique than they will when you've got a big, puffy, bulky physique. And to sort of finish off this video, if you are someone who's like, well, I still want to gain mass, here's the final point for you. You can still gain mass in a deficit. You can still gain mass once you get lean. In fact, the science suggests that it's even easier to gain muscle when you have a leaner physique because you are more insulin sensitive. When you're more insulin sensitive, the food you're eating gets shuttled towards protein synthesis. When you're eating carbohydrates, they shuttle towards the insulin shuttles it towards your muscles as opposed to fat storage. So your argument for, I just want to gain mass and that's why I'm eating more and that's why I'm bulking up is completely wrong. You can gain more muscle when you are leaner, I promise you. So the goal should always be get lean, then build muscle, not build muscle and then get lean. If you are someone who's looking to get in the best shape of their life and really dial in and get the aesthetic, attractive physique, not only should you subscribe, but comment and ask me any questions you would like me to answer, or go over to my Instagram, Zaki Thor, give me a follow, ask me some questions, and I'm going to be trying to release as many YouTube videos as possible on this topic about building an attractive aesthetic physique, not just in the gym, but outside of the gym as well.